What's going on, everybody, and welcome to an unexpected movie review. It's going to be of the short film Dear Basketball. And you see me looking like this, that's because I'm getting ready to actually go in the gym right now. But the I never got a chance to watch the short film Dear Basketball when it first came out. As you know or may not know, that is the short film in which Kobe Bryant won his Oscar for. Now, the way that I first learned about it was probably back in 2017 was when the actual film was actually made, or somewhere around that time, which was literally the following year after he retired. So that lets me know that he's been working on this probably since before his retirement. And basically, it's about a 4-minute film. It's an animated film, and it almost looks like when you look at it, it's like drawings coming off of the page. Like, you know how people had flip books and they would flip it, like animators would flip through it, and every page would be the image moving and making an action. That's what it kind of looked like to me. And when I found out that Kobe Bryant was nominated for an Oscar, I was like, an Oscar for what? Like, what film did he work on? Like, what film was he in? Or things like that. And then I found out he had a short film, an animated film called Dear Basketball, and I was like, oh, how fitting, for him. And then, of course, in 2018, he ended up winning the Oscar for that particular film, and his speech is actually online right now. I actually just happened to watch it again for like the 10th time yesterday. And let me tell you right now, the only thing that I don't like about this film is the fact that I didn't watch it sooner. So basically, Dear Basketball is, like one of my followers said, it's like an autobio about himself, like a 4-minute autobio about himself, where he basically had this dream to become a big time NBA superstar. If you didn't know, Kobe Bryant's dad, Jay Bryant, also used to play in the NBA, so he basically was following in his father's footsteps. And what's so sad about the whole thing is that his daughter, Gigi, was going to most likely pick up the mantle as well and follow in her dad's footsteps. And I actually found out that she wanted to go to UConn. UConn has a very good women's basketball program, those who follow it, and they are very, very good. And she would have fit right on in, and they actually did a tribute for her where they had a Huskies jersey made with the number 2 on it, which was the number she wore, and sat it right there on the seat. And I think they put some flowers right there and everything like that. So all the tributes that I've been saying towards Kobe and his daughter have been, very heartfelt and everything like that. But back to the Dear Basketball. Basically, like I said, it was an autobio about himself, and he basically did the narration. It was a poem. And I'm going to leave the link to the actual video I'm going to pin it down in the comments so you can see it, and also in the description from that particular video with the film in it. It actually has the words to the poem so you can follow along to what he was saying. One thing that got me about this film was not only the animation, not only the poem, but the music. When I was listening to Kobe Bryant's acceptance speech, he said John Williams, and the only John Williams I could think of as far as a music composer is the same guy who does the music for the Star Wars films. If that's the same John Williams that I'm thinking of, then they did a very good job, because he is definitely one of the best music composers as far as film goes of all time. That Star Wars theme song is iconic, as well as some of the other themes that they used for the movie. But the music that he used to help guide this story along was so great. Like, I'm telling you right now, that the music is probably going to be the part that actually probably almost brings tears to your eyes. For some reason, for me, whenever I hear a good composed song like that, with an orchestra behind it, it gets to me. I don't know, maybe it's just because I have a very good ear for music, but the music for this film flow nicely and help to guide the story along. In every frame, it lets you know that something else is happening. So you basically had it at the beginning where he's talking about balling up his tube socks and tossing it into the trash can. And for those of you who don't know, there was always a thing where when we was kids, we would always ball up a piece of paper, or people who were big fans of Kobe Bryant, and they would do the countdown 3, 2, 1, Kobe, and shoot it right there into the trash can. So I like how he incorporated that in there, even for his own story. And then it shows him, getting into the NBA and winning the championships. It's basically him telling a story about a kid who was him. What would happen if he could get into the NBA and do all of these things before even knowing that he was going to become Kobe Bryant, this 5-time NBA champion, MVP, all-star, all of the accolades. He's basically writing it in the way if he didn't know this was going to happen, but hoping that it did happen. But because it did happen, he could tell the story in a way where it almost like it was an imagining. So I thought that was very interesting how that was very well told. It's a very good film. Like I said, I'm gonna leave the link pinned in the comments, the one that I actually posted in my community tab for those of you who have never got a chance to see it. I'm telling you, it's a very good film. Like I said, the only thing I hate is that I didn't get a chance to watch it sooner than now, and I'm mad that I watch it now after he has passed, because I definitely feel that after doing this, he probably had some more film projects in the works, animation, storytellings in the works, because that was a very good story that he told for it to be about 4 minutes long. I wish it was a bit longer, but you know, it told everything that it needed to be told, from, like I said, from him being a kid, getting into NBA, winning these titles, and then retiring. And I will say this, the part where he gets to, the part he gets to when he talks about having to leave the game, and he says his body is breaking down, and he says this is basically the sign telling me that it's time for me to hang it up and to give up on my first love just to move on. That part right there got me. That part right there, and the music, like I said, got me right there. And him walking off the court, it reminded me of when he played his last game. So all in all, Dear Basketball is a very good animated short film. Like I said, it's about 4 minutes long. Do yourself a favor, if after this review, unless you've seen it already, go ahead, click that link and watch it. And I'm telling you, you will not be sorry. It'll actually make you see Kobe Bryant in a whole different light. But and if you saw him one way before already. But that's pretty much my review for Dear Basketball. Like I said, it's a late review, it's an unexpected review, but I wanted to bring this to you. And I think maybe because it's late for me, because I never got a chance to find an outlet to actually watch it. But now that unfortunately he has passed, now you can really find it. It's pretty much readily everywhere. And I actually saw this on Instagram. Someone I follow on Instagram, they posted it as an Instagram video, which allows you to post like 10-minute videos, and they posted it up on their page, and I got a chance to just sit down and watch it, and I was just simply amazed by it. Now I can see why he won an Oscar. A lot of people was like, oh, he's gonna win an Oscar because it's Kobe Bryant and everything like that. It could have very well been that, but after watching that, I can see why he won. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure to follow me on Twitter if you haven't done so already. Have your notifications turned on, and I will talk to you in the next one.